Another lesson Marcus Aurelius constantly reminded himself of is that everything in life is temporary, including both pain and pleasure. Nothing stays in one form forever. Difficult seasons pass, and so do good ones. This awareness removes the illusion that any situation is permanent, which reduces both panic in hardship and over-attachment in success. When you truly understand impermanence, you stop clinging too tightly to moments. You begin to experience life more fully without fearing loss at every step. Stoicism does not remove joy. It removes dependency on it staying unchanged. Another powerful truth is that most internal conflict comes from wanting reality to be different from what it already is. The mind says this shouldn't be happening, and that resistance creates emotional friction. Marcus Aurelius trained himself to replace resistance with observation. This is what is happening. Now, what is the correct response? You must also understand that discipline is not built during moments of motivation, but during moments of resistance. Anyone can act when energy is high. The real test of character is what you do when you feel like doing nothing. Stoicism is built in those moments where action is difficult but necessary. Another lesson is that overthinking is often the mind trying to simulate control. When people feel uncertain, they overanalyze in hopes of finding certainty. But Marcus Aurelius understood that thinking alone cannot replace action. Clarity often comes after movement, not before it. There is also the reminder that other people's behavior should not define your emotional state. If your peace depends on how others act, you are constantly vulnerable. Stoicism teaches you to anchor your emotional stability internally, not externally. Another principle is that emotional maturity is the ability to delay reaction until reason has spoken. The impulsive mind reacts instantly. The trained mind pauses. That pause is where wisdom enters. Without it, you are driven by reflex instead of reflection. You also need to recognize that most disappointments come from expectations that were never communicated, confirmed, or realistic. Marcus Aurelius trained himself to adjust expectations to reality, instead of forcing reality to match expectations. Another lesson is that attention is powerful, and what you repeatedly focus on becomes mentally larger. If you focus on problems constantly, they grow in perceived size. If you focus on solutions, your thinking becomes more constructive. Stoicism trains your attention to serve clarity, not anxiety. There is also the principle that hardship often reveals strengths you did not know you had, without pressure. If you are still here, it means you are developing awareness that goes beyond surface motivation. Stay connected. Subscribe for more Stoic teachings, because the next lessons will continue strengthening your discipline, emotional control, and mental clarity in a world that constantly challenges all three.